What if you could flip a switch in your brain? A switch that could take you from redline panic, from that heart-pounding, tunnel vision chaos, to a state of calm and razor-sharp focus. Not in 10 minutes. Not after a long meditation. But starting right now. This isn't a hypothetical. It's a tool built on neurobiological principles understood by some of the most elite soldiers on the planet, Navy SEALs. When they're faced with life-or-death situations, when one mistake means mission failure, they don't have time for stress. They have ways to hijack their own nervous system and regain complete control. And today, you're going to learn how to build and use your own internal switch. This isn't just about managing stress, it's about mastering it. This is about taking control of your own biology. So, if you've ever felt that wave of overwhelm, that feeling of your heart racing and your thoughts scattering, stay right where you are. The next few minutes might just change how you deal with stress forever. Before I reveal the protocol, you first have to understand what's happening inside your body. You need to know the enemy you're fighting. Because that feeling of stress, that panic, it isn't just in your head. It's a powerful biological process. It's a war being fought inside your own nervous system. This is your autonomic nervous system, or ANS, think of it as the automatic control panel for your body. It runs your heartbeat, breathing, and digestion, all without you thinking about it. But this system is split into two opposing forces, a constant tug-of-war for control. On one side, you have the sympathetic nervous system. This is your fight-or-flight response. Your gas pedal. When your brain senses a threat, a real danger, an angry email, or even just the thought of a stressful presentation, it slams this pedal. It floods your body with adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart rate skyrockets. Your breathing gets shallow and quick. This system is designed for one thing, short-term, explosive survival. It's incredibly powerful and necessary. But it's also incredibly draining. On the other side, you have the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and digest system. Your brake pedal. Its job is to calm everything down, to repair and restore. When the PNS is in charge, it slows your heart rate and lowers your blood pressure. It promotes a feeling of calm and well-being. This is the state where your body and mind actually recover. In a healthy person, these two systems are a beautiful dance. The gas pedal gets you through a challenge, then the brake pedal brings you back to normal. The problem? In our modern world, the threats are chronic. Deadlines, financial worries, traffic, constant notifications. Our sympathetic gas pedal gets stuck down. We end up living in a state of sympathetic overdrive. This is the root cause of what we call stress. It leads to anxiety, high blood pressure, and insomnia. You feel wired but tired. You're constantly on edge. Your body is braced for a fight that never comes, and your rest and digest system barely gets a chance to engage. Navy SEALs, more than anyone, get this. In combat, being stuck in panic means you can't think clearly. So they train to manually, intentionally, slam on the brakes. And the master key to doing that is one incredible nerve. Deep inside you, running from your brain down to your heart, lungs, and gut, is the longest and most influential nerve in your autonomic nervous system, the vagus nerve. The name comes from the Latin word for wandering, and that's what it does. It wanders through your body, acting as the master control switch for your parasympathetic rest and digest system. Think of the vagus nerve as the superhighway for calm. It's the primary channel your brain uses to tell your body to relax. When it's stimulated, it releases a neurotransmitter that actively slows your heart rate, shifting you out of fight or flight. The strength of this response is what scientists call vagal tone. High vagal tone is a biological marker of resilience. People with it are better at regulating their emotions and recover more quickly from stress. They have better immune function and lower inflammation. Their internal brake pedal is strong and efficient. Conversely, low vagal tone is a hallmark of chronic stress. Your brakes get weak. You get stuck in a state of anxiety and high alert. It becomes harder and harder to calm down. So, the secret to shutting off stress is this: you don't have to wait for your body to calm down. You can force it to. You can manually stimulate your vagus nerve and activate your parasympathetic braking system on command. For years, this was the realm of advanced medicine. But what elite operators and neuroscientists discovered is that you don't need an implanted device. There are simple, physical ways to activate this nerve yourself. And when you combine 3 of these methods into a rapid-fire sequence, you create a neurobiological cascade that can halt the momentum of a panic response. This isn't a mindset hack. It's a direct, physical intervention. You're about to learn how to play your own nervous system like an instrument. Alright, this is the core of it. The practical, step-by-step technique. This protocol isn't just one thing, it's a combination of 3 distinct phases that attack the stress response from different angles. When done together, in sequence, they create a powerful and immediate shift. Let's walk through each phase. Phase 1, trigger the dive reflex, seconds 1 to 10. The first and fastest way to activate your vagus nerve is by using a primitive survival reflex hardwired into your DNA, the mammalian dive reflex. This reflex exists in all mammals and is designed to preserve life when submerged in cold water. When cold receptors in your face detect a sudden temperature drop, they send an immediate, high-priority signal to your brain. This signal tells the vagus nerve to slow your heart rate to conserve oxygen. In humans, this can begin to reduce your heart rate by 10 to 25%. It's your body's emergency brake, and cold is the trigger. How to do it? The best way is to splash your face with cold water. It doesn't need to be ice water, just cool enough to be a shock. Lean over a sink and splash your face generously. You can also press a cold, wet cloth or an ice pack against your face and temples for about 10 seconds. The alternative, if you don't have water, you can mimic part of this by holding your breath and gently bearing down, like you're trying to pop your ears. This is a version of the Valsalva maneuver, which also stimulates the vagus nerve, though the cold water is much more potent. Phase 2, the extended exhale, seconds 11 to 20. The moment you finish with the cold, you move to phase 2, controlling your breath. But it's a very specific kind. The key isn't the inhale, it's the exhale. Your heart rate naturally speeds up a little when you inhale and slows down when you exhale. By deliberately making your exhale longer than your inhale, you are manually leaning on that vagal brake. Now, many of you have probably heard of the box breathing that Navy SEALs use, inhaling for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4. That's a phenomenal tool for maintaining focus under pressure. But for an emergency shutdown, we're going to emphasize the calming part of the breath even more. How to do it: inhale through your nose for a steady count of 4. Then, and this is crucial, exhale slowly through your mouth, as if breathing through a thin straw, for a count of at least 8. Let's try 1. Inhale through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, exhale slowly through your mouth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That long, controlled exhale is what does the work. It's the direct opposite of the short, shallow breathing that defines panic. Phase 3, gentle vagal pressure, seconds 21 to 30. The final phase adds another layer of physical stimulation. The vagus nerve has branches close to the surface, particularly in your neck and ears. Applying gentle pressure here while you're in that long, calming exhale can enhance the parasympathetic signal even further. How to do it? As you're doing the long exhale from phase 2, you have two targets. The first is the tragus, that little piece of cartilage covering your ear opening. Use your index finger to apply gentle pressure and make slow circles. The second target is the area on your neck, just behind your earlobes where your jaw meets your neck. Gently massage this spot with your fingertips. The key here is gentle. You're simply providing a light, physical stimulus to these nerve pathways, compounding the signals from the dive reflex and the extended exhale. It's like adding a third voice to the choir, all singing the same song, calm down. Now, let's put this together into the full, 30-second protocol. This is meant to be a rapid, flowing sequence. Imagine a wave of panic is hitting. Your heart starts to race. Here's your action plan. Seconds 1 to 10, immediately go to a sink and splash your face with cold water or press a cold pack to your face. Hold your breath for just a moment as you do it. Seconds 11 to 20, straight away, you begin the breathing. A steady 4-second inhale through the nose, followed by a long, 8 to 10-second exhale through pursed lips. Seconds 21 to 30, as you are exhaling for that long count, you bring your fingers up to your ears and gently massage your tragus, or the spot behind your jawline. That's one cycle. 30 seconds. By the end of that cycle, you should feel a noticeable physiological shift. Your heart rate will have started to drop. Your breathing will be slower. If the stress is particularly intense, you can immediately repeat the cycle 1 or 2 more times. What makes this so effective is synergy. Any one of these techniques is beneficial on its own. Box breathing is a great military technique for focus. The physiological sigh, a double inhale followed by a long exhale, promoted by neuroscientists like Dr. Andrew Huberman, is another powerful tool. Cold water immersion is famous for its effects. But this protocol stacks them. The dive reflex is the initial shock to the system, the emergency brake. The extended exhale is the sustained, controlled deceleration. And the physical pressure is the fine-tuning. Together, they create a multi-pronged attack on the sympathetic nervous system, forcing a rapid shift into a parasympathetic state. You're not asking your body to calm down, you are ordering it to. You have the technique. You know the what and the how, but the final piece is the when. A tool is only useful if you use it. While the principles are understood in high-stakes environments, their applications in your life are limitless. Think about the moments of sudden stress you face. That jolt of anxiety before a presentation. The surge of anger in traffic. The overwhelm of a packed inbox. That heated moment in a conversation when you feel yourself about to say something you'll regret. These are perfect moments to deploy the 30-second reset. Instead of letting that sympathetic spiral take over, you have an immediate, concrete action plan. Excuse yourself to the restroom. Splash your face, breathe, and apply pressure. Before you walk into that big meeting, do a cycle in your car. You now have a non-emotional, mechanical response to an emotional problem. You've created a gap between a trigger and your reaction. In that gap lies control. But this isn't just a panic button. It's also a tool for building long-term resilience. Think of vagal tone like muscle tone. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. By practicing this protocol, or even just the extended exhale breathing, for a few minutes each day, you're training your nervous system. You're strengthening your parasympathetic brake pedal. Research shows regular breathwork can lower your resting heart rate and improve your heart rate variability, HRV, which is a key indicator of your vagal tone and your ability to handle stress. Make it a routine. A few cycles when you wake up. A few cycles in the middle of your workday. A few cycles before bed to help shift your body towards sleep. This isn't just about surviving stress anymore. It's about fundamentally rewiring your body's response to it. It's about moving from being a victim of your stress to being in command of your state. For centuries, many of us were told our stress response is automatic and uncontrollable. That the racing heart and frantic thoughts were just things we had to endure. But the science is now clear, and the principles used by the world's most elite performers prove it. You have more control than you ever thought possible. You now have the tool. A 30-second protocol that combines the power of the mammalian dive reflex, the targeted control of extended exhale breathing, and the direct stimulation of your body's master calming nerve. This is your biological off switch for stress. But knowledge isn't enough. It only works if you use it. So here's the challenge. Commit to trying it. The next time you feel that flicker of anxiety, don't just ride it out. Intervene. Run the protocol. Feel the shift for yourself. And more than that, commit to practicing it for just 1 week. A few times a day. Build your vagal tone. Strengthen your internal brakes. Take command of your nervous system. These are the kinds of principles Navy SEALs use to stay calm in combat. And it's the same power you can use to stay calm in your life. You have the switch. Now, go use it. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button. We're dedicated to bringing you the science and tools for peak performance. Share this with someone who deals with stress. It might be the most valuable 30 seconds they ever learn. And leave a comment below. What's one situation this week where you'll commit to using this technique? Let's hold each other accountable. Take control. Master your state.